these are 5 players who are really good NFL players but aren't great players of fantasy football. First player is Ken Walker, who is one of the most dynamic rushers in the league. He's been top 10 in missed tackles forced in each of his 2 years and is always a threat to break off a big run, but he's got Zach Charbonnet in the backfield and he hasn't finished higher than the running back 16 in fantasy points per game. The next player is Tony Pollard, who signed with the Titans this offseason. Pollard is in the upper echelon of starting running backs in the league, but being in Tennessee with Tyjae Spears and Will Levis dampers his outlook. Next is Terry McLaurin, who is one of the more underrated receivers in the league. Look, there's a reason why his nickname is Scary Terry, but because of the lack of production from his quarterbacks, he's a tough investment in fantasy. Chris Godwin is another underrated player, but doesn't pay good enough dividends in fantasy. He's one of the better wide receiver 2s in the league, but he's only come through in that role in fantasy when Tom Brady was his quarterback and when Jameis Winston had his outlier season in 2019. And the last guy is Matthew Stafford. He's a top 10 quarterback in the league, and being a Super Bowl champion, he deserves all the respect he gets, but his lack of rushing production keeps him outside the top 15 in